Welcome back to another video. We have a beautiful day out here in dirty Jersey. Blue skies, clear skies. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 beginner buying mistakes. There's a lot of thought that goes into when purchasing a motorcycle. Various reasons why you choose to buy a motorcycle or choose not to. But overall, it's a process, right? Which leads me to my first point. Number 1 on our list. Making an impulsive choice. Buying a motorcycle impulsively, out of nowhere. That impulsive decision down the line could be a good one, or it could be a bad one. In my opinion, buying a motorcycle is kind of like buying a car, right? You shouldn't just go and buy the first thing you see or the first thing you think you like, or just buy it just to buy it like that. It's a process that should be well thought out. And before making that rash decision, when you're on the dealership floor, think about it. Or even prior to you even going to the dealership, have an idea of what you want. I know at times, listen, I've been there. I know at times you're on the shop floor and sometimes you just go in there and be like, you know what, like today I'm just gonna go look at bikes. I'm just gonna see what they look like in person. I've done that. It happened to me when I bought my Road Glide one time. I was like, I wanna go in to look at these colors in person. One thing led to another and I walked out of there with a Road Glide. I mean, I was already for the past few months wanted one, and I was already going through the process of putting everything together and how I was gonna make everything happen, how I was gonna make that deal happen. But it just so happens that one day I just walked in there, waltzed in there, and that was it. But for some people, at times you go in there, you make that rash decision, it's not good. It comes back to bite you in the ass. So all I'm saying is, before you make that big decision, especially on a real expensive bike, think about it. Look at all scenarios, see if everything is gonna align with your plans, financially, longevity, just anything and everything. Think about everything. Take everything in account. Number 2 on our list, do not get a bike that's way more than what you can handle. Especially if you're new to riding, right? This mainly goes to those riders who are mainly new to riding. Make sure when you're out there choosing a bike that it's not more than what you can handle. You hear it all the time, well, some sport bike riders, oh, well, I started off with 1,000. Some guys on cruisers, they might want to start on the biggest motor option that there is. And it's like, dude, first test the waters out and buy a bike that's not gonna be too much for you. I think what turns people off a big majority of the time, and once again for new riders, is that they get on a bike that's too much for them. It scares them off, and then they don't come back to riding, or they're like, well, you know what, no, I didn't like it, or it's just too, no, this is it's too much. Well, that's because you got on a motorcycle that you can't handle. And these bikes, these toys, as we like to call them at times, they can be a lot to handle. And you need to choose wisely. You need to learn the bike. You can't just get on any bike and think it's gonna ride like everything else. You need to learn the bike, learn everything about it, before you make that big move. As corny as it sounds, it's better to go fast on a slow bike than to go slow on a fast bike. As corny as that sounds, it's the truth. It's the honest truth. The more you feel, the more confidence you have in riding whatever motorcycle you choose to get on and ride, the better of a rider you're going to become. You're only going to have that confidence once you feel 100% confident on that bike. You know how to maneuver it. You know how to come to a stop at certain different speeds. You know how to manage the weight. You know how to react in any type of occasion that may appear up ahead. And it just all comes down to how you handle that bike. Or not even that, how the bike handles you, which is what a lot of people don't talk about. You may know how to handle the bike, but that bike could easily handle you. Think about that. Which brings us to our third place. Number 3, thinking that small bikes aren't enough. There's times where some people might get deterred away from riding or getting certain bikes because they're smaller bikes. For example, sportsters. You hear a lot of people all the time, whoa, sportsters are a girl bike. Like, what's a girl bike, bro? What's a girl bike? Sportsters have been in the lineup for years and years and years and years. And the modern Sportsters that we had previously, the 883, the Sportster 1200, those bikes were far superior compared to the Sportsters that were out back in the 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s, and 60s. Way superior. So back in the day, you had people riding these Sportsters, and everyone was on a Sportster back then. Great bikes. And now it's like frowned upon for you to get on a Sportster, you could say. And it's like, bro, really? Like, trust me, it has a lot of get up. Sportsters can do a lot. A lot. Not even a Sportster. Let's take like a Ball or something, or any size bike of that caliber when it comes to the cruiser segment. People just shit on them because they're smaller frame bikes. But guess what? When you're out there riding, you're going to be cruising. Most bikes you get, I think we took the wrong turn. I was supposed to get off in the next one. I wanted to go under the bridge. When you're out there cruising, every bike's going to be cruising around the same speed. 65 to 75 to 80. You're going to do that on any size bike. Now, you might be saying, well, you're on a softail with a 131 and everything. Well, yeah, that's because I've had a lot of different bikes. And I've chosen to build this bike in a certain way because I've had smaller bikes. I've had bigger bikes. And right now, this is just my preference. Mainly for those new riders who kind of get deterred away from buying a smaller bike to start off on that and get on a bigger bike. And once again, going back to what I was saying before, you get on a bigger bike, you get on a faster bike, something you can't handle, you get scared, you're not going to want to ride it anymore. And a lot of times that ends up happening. A lot. Now, are Sportsters for everybody? No. Can you outgrow a Sportster right away? Of course. But don't get deterred away from what people may say or whatnot. If that's what you want to ride, you ride that. Now, that brings me to my next point. I kind of like how I lined everything up because everything goes with each other, one after another. Number 4, buying a bike to fit in. I've seen it countless times. People trying to get into a bike or buy a bike because it's the cool thing. It's the coolest bike right now. And all you want to do is feel like you're a part of something. Look at that view. I want to be a part of this view. Gorgeous. Don't buy anything just to fit in, man. Even outside of the motorcycle realm, stop trying to do shit, trying to fit in. Like, I've always been an advocate of being just who you are. Don't try to be someone who you're not. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a follower. If you're going to be into something, be in it because you like it. but not because you feel like you need to be a part of something to fit in. It's a big difference of being a part of something and then trying to fit in. Think about it. Let that simmer in for a little bit. Stop trying to fit in these niche circles just to get the attention and be cool. Oh my God, look at this view, man. Can we stop here for a minute? We just appreciate the beauty of Mother Nature and this modern marvel of what the George Washington Bridge is, right under the underbelly of it. It's just beautiful. Like, I don't know, it's just pieces of metals put together, but going over this beautiful river right here, it's nice. Real nice. What a view, right? Now, this leads me to my last point. Buying a bike that you know nothing about. I've seen it countless times where guys just walk into the dealership and they're like, oh, I want that one. Whatever. Take the time to learn about the bike before you buy it. You may not like it after taking it home for several reasons. Watch some YouTube videos, watch some reviews, not just on one person, watch multiple reviews. Get a take from different personalities and different views, right? Different eyeballs. And just learn the ins and outs of the bike. Know if that bike has any recalls. Know if that bike is reliable. Know if that bike is going to be suitable for whatever it is that you're going to want that motorcycle for, which is very important. That should have been one of the points. Buying a bike that's suitable for what you're really going to be using it for. All right? So beautiful down here. I love coming down here, man. Very nice. But yeah, learn about the bike, man. Especially a lot of these new bikes, they come with a ton of technology, a bunch of gadgets that we forget that they even have. And there's times where we forget that certain bikes have certain things or are able to do certain things. What you want to do is be able to get on a bike and know how to use it all around. Look at this view, man. Beautiful. What a view. I always say, man, New York looks better from New Jersey. Even if you keep going down, if you take like a 15-minute ride down south where you're able to see Midtown and downtown much better, you can see some of the buildings in the background. But the view from New Jersey is just amazing. I just love living around here, having all this in the background. You talk about, you know, riding roads and views around the rest of the part of the country and scenic views, beautiful. But there's something about this here that also has that thing to it. Damn, they doing all this work to have this whole thing kind of closed off. We got to take a nice picture here of the bike. George Washington Bridge. Anyways, those are all the points for today. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree, disagree with anything? Or if you guys want to add anything else, down in the comments, go ahead and do it. Look at this bike, man. Gorgeous, gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Beautiful day, man. That's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna keep enjoying this beautiful day, this beautiful weather with this amazing scenic view of New York across the Hudson. Like always, let the force be with you. Ride safe and enjoy the ride, baby. Peace.